Hello and welcome everybody to this month's Instructors Forum. Of course, even though it's an Instructors Forum, we welcome everybody, even people who know nothing about Tai Chi. I'm sure will find some enjoyment being here, especially to this month's topic, Tai Chi and dancing. This is a fascinating and fun topic. But before we start, let me introduce my team, starting with Evan, who's controlling the. It's a topic that there's so much to say about. I'm going to have a chance to say something about it, but we're really privileged and very lucky to have a world-class, world-famous dancer, choreographer, and Tai Chi instructor in the shape of Jerry Pearson. For those who haven't met him, you will be impressed, and he's just such an amazing person, so innovative, and I guess when you have listened to his perspective of Tai Chi relating to dancing, you would find it, you will find it very stimulating, and you learn a lot. And Jerry has just incredible experience in dancing. I think he'll show you some of that. So without further ado, everybody, Jerry Pearson.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to do a screen sharing here. I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see my face the whole time, but I'm going to do a keynote type of thing where I'm seeing. So you'll be hearing my voice, not necessarily seeing me all the time. This is a little different than a lot of the other talks and works that I've been doing with my videos. I'm going to be more on topic, and lots of times I'm just showing my dances and my work, and this is much less that of, but talking about dance and Tai Chi. I'm very excited to share it because I've loved Tai Chi and I've loved dance. I've danced, I've been in the dance business now for over 50 years as a professional dancer, as a choreographer, as an educator, as a director. And when I retired from the university where I was teaching dance, I really started to take up Tai Chi, and the Tai Chi and dance go together for me. So this talk is about that. So we're going to start with screen sharing. Okay. All right. All right. So dance and Tai Chi. Let's start off here with a little. This is me dancing. It's a good 40 years ago, but my life has been dance. I've loved dancing, and for me, I've always just enjoyed being graceful and strong and wild and all the things that dance can be. One thing that for me is that what dance is about took over my life, so that the whole idea of dancing is when things are hard and you have to work hard, you can change them into something magical and beautiful. And that transformation of, the metaphor of that you can make things into a wonderful world, even though they're hard. Now we'll start off with, what do dance and Tai Chi have in common? Of course, they share the same instrument, the human body. And so all the mysteries and complications of the human body apply, obviously, to both Tai Chi and to dance. They're both nonverbal arts. So I probably would do better by just stop talking right now and finish up the whole thing. But I will verbally try to talk about the nonverbal arts, and we'll carry on with that. This is a big point for me, is that the whole idea of what basic body language is. As a choreographer, you're not using words to explain and to tell your stories and to make your poems, and you're using body language, you're using dance steps. And the way the body communicates is by opening and closing. If you're, for people that you love and you see them, you open your arms and you open and you give them your heart and you let them into that space. And people who you don't like, you protect yourself. You close yourself in, you close your chest, you close your neck. And your body works, the whole body works that way. There's soft parts of the body that let energy in, and then there are hard parts of the body that close it. So you have open and close, hard and soft, and that idea of welcoming and rejecting. And that's pretty much all movements start from that too, of the opening and closing. So in Tai Chi, there's a lot of opening and closing of the Qua and the different parts so that you can pong and work your way through by feeling those energies. And both of these arts work with the sense of touch. Now, I talk a lot about touch, and I don't necessarily mean just actually physically touching. What I often what I mean is that in dance you receive information and send information from your body energy, and that your body energy can send energy out, like shooting it out, like hitting and striking that, and it can receive energy. You got the yang energy and the yin energy, and that idea of how these things work together is, and you can feel the energy through your sense of touch. It's your sense of touch. Even if you're not being touched, you can feel it when you're watching other people dance or people are coming towards you or trying to hurt you. You can tell beforehand. And so the idea of there's a kind of contact that happens that I call dance and happens in Tai Chi. Now here's an example here in dance of the energy moving through the body. Boom. Now that both these people are extending an energy line, and one is more passive than the other, but they're both absolutely necessary to make this happen, to make this design happen. You can see in the guy how he's just sending that energy up and through his whole body would have to make it. And that happens even if you're not touching. Now here's a good example here of this. This woman gets thrown up in the air. Whoa. Even when you're not touching, there's an incredible connection that's happening. And your whole nervous system, and I've done all these lifts. My life has been lifting people up over my head. And it's both people have to participate. If the person who's being lifted doesn't participate, they feel like a sack of potatoes, and they feel like they weigh 200 pounds as opposed to this person who probably weighs 100 pounds. It happens when you're far away. Is like if someone's running towards you and going to leap into your arms, your body registers that. It listens to it. It can feel that energy coming toward it. And so when that's happening, you have to prepare your body, and that happens in Tai Chi. You're responding to it. And all these forms can be social group forms or solo forms. So how do you learn how to do that? How do you learn how to listen? Well, there are times here where you just you feel it, you sense it, you actually feel the other person, and here and then as we have this great moment here in Dirty Dancing, and we put it together, and so we have Tai Chi dancing here, where you actually are feeling each other with a kind of sensitivity and working. Excuse me. All right. Now I'm going to show you a video. A video of a dance I created. This is I created this dance, okay, and I taught the Chen 36 form. This is to show, can dancers do Tai Chi? That's the question. I got to visit the Shaolin Temple with Dr. Lam about quite a few years ago. It was a wonderful experience. To show more of yin and woman uniting into one. Okay, so again, here the idea of how can these work together, or what are so here these are Dr. Lam's Tai Chi principles here that I have down here, and what the question in my mind is when I see this is, can I take a group of dancers, and if I start teaching them these things, can I approximate what Tai Chi is? And if I have a group of dancers and say, I want you to move slowly and smoothly and continuously, and to show some gentle resistance against the air, and you have an upright posture, and you have a very defined kind of weight transfer, how we do in Tai Chi, and that internally there's a lot going on, which they're not going to learn all at one time, but you want to have the idea of your joints loose and open, and the idea of being here now, that mental quietness and awareness, put that together. And does that approximate Tai Chi? And I think you can do some of that. I would add on this list myself, so not saying that, but my list would be different in using this problem. I would add on to that list, to make it look like Tai Chi, that the movements all come from a central axis, and that as they're moving on that central axis, that they create from that centrifugal and centripetal aspect of making circles and spirals and rounding. And I think that would add just a little bit more of at least the look of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is I mean, one of the most complicated dances I've ever come across. I mean, it is so much going on, of how your weight is transferred, how you move from your Kwa and your Dantian, and how the response and rolling it. I mean, trying to teach Tai Chi is like the most complicated dance I've ever seen. So, okay, now, how come I'm not getting it to change? Am I frozen?
Thank you, Jerry. It's an amazing talk. I know every time I have talked to Jerry, danced with Jerry, Tai Chi with Jerry more, there's always something I learn, and this is incredible. What a talk! I hope you go back and look at it again, and really feel how much is in it. Let me just say some of the things I caught, and I'm going to look at it again. Being engaged. Jerry talked about being engaged, being in the flow. Part of that. That reminds me, that kind of connect to the study of flow. There's a lot of psychologists who study when people are in flow or in the zone, that's where time doesn't matter. You are just fully engaged with yourself. And some of you read my book. I talk about the book Flow, written by Michaela Csikszentmihalyi. This is a professor who's the guru of the flow study. And Jerry mentioned 10,000 things happening. I think that's a coincidence. Csikszentmihalyi most famous study, he actually studied 10,000 people, and he gave them a recording, and then he measured them. Every now and then they get a beep. These people will stop whatever they're doing, and they will write down what they're doing, how they feel, and then the monitor will record their body response and so on. So this is just, you can just imagine how incredibly difficult and expensive to conduct that study. And he's just amazing. So some of the things he say about people who are more in flow tend to be healthier, happier, and live longer. And he gave examples and so on. So you do have to read the book Flow. The only fault in that book, Flow, is he didn't mention a lot about Tai Chi. Because in Tai Chi and dancing, and as you hear Jerry, that is a lot of times we are in flow. He did mention something about meditation and similar phenomena, and Tai Chi is a form of meditation that gets you to flow. So I just want to remind people who hasn't been with us, the Tai Chi for Health community around the world, we have annual workshops. That's the highlight, where we get together from different parts of the world, and we do one in January in Sydney, do one in mid-year in USA, and so far altogether we have done 48 annual workshops. And in most of those workshops, on Friday evening, it's a whole week workshop. So on Friday, we have a dance. Everybody let their hairs out, and it was like a highlight of the year. And I just see so many people who fully engage or lost themselves or in flow or just enjoy ourselves. And of course, we don't dance like the dance Jerry has shown us. They are just like artistic, beautiful, out of this world. But you know, we just move around and we really enjoy ourselves. So in some way, we feel the same. And there's a lot of things Jerry mentioned to make more sense when you're there on Friday night with us and feel the energy from everybody with the music. And so how, I mean, you know, Tai Chi derived the law of nature. It's based on law of nature. And dancing is really part of our human nature, I think. I can recall my most vivid memory of dancing is when I was about 10. And some of you who know my life would know that was the time that I have a tumultuous, a horrible childhood. Life was really, really tough and hard. And we've been discriminated. We're really, really poor, poorly educated. But in the primary school, one day the teacher wanted us to go in the weekend to clean the classroom because it's always dirty. So we went, and as it turned out, even in communist China, people don't always listen to teachers. Only 5 or 6 of our students turn up. And of course, I was there. And she decided instead of cleaning up, she would do the song, and we would just dance around with each other in the most primitive way. And that was the most enjoyable, one of the most enjoyable time in my childhood.